I had come back from serving in the Second World War. I used up my severance pay in Paris, preferring the company of a young coloratura soprano of the Paris Opera to the vicissitudes of New York. But when I came back, all the jobs that should have been available were gone. But a friend of mine who had been in the Air Force with me was now the editor of Cosmopolitan magazine. It was then a literary magazine, believe it or not, before Helen Gurley Brown got hold of it and turned it into a sex pot. But he said, I kept sending you cables, come back, I've got, take a job in the magazine. Now I don't have any. And I said, Arthur, if you don't give me some kind of a job, I'm going to have to go back to being a lawyer in St. Louis, which is a death knell. He said, well, I can't have that on my conscience, but I'll give you a list of well-known writers who used to write for the magazine before the war, and they haven't. And your job will be to go find them. If you can get them to write something for the magazine, we will pay you per capita. And I said, you're making me a literary bounty hunter. Yep. So I took it on. And I got a one room over a flea bag next to a firehouse on the Upper East Side of New York. And I did get to see Dorothy Parker, and we became friends. And as a result, she wrote a short story for the magazine. I got to meet Edna Ferber, and she hadn't written anything since before the war. And what she wrote was too long for the magazine, even in installments, but it was a great book. It was Giant, which became a very good movie. I went to see Steinbeck, who said, I don't write by request. So that was a turn down. So my friend Arthur Gordon said, wait a minute, why are you avoiding the name at the top of the list, which is Ernest Hemingway? He's in Havana. I said, all right, Arthur, you want me to go ask him to write an article on the future of literature, which is a dumbass question, and I'm not about to ask Hemingway. He said, okay, then call your law firm and tell them you're coming. So under that pressure, I went down to Havana. And Ernest lived outside of Havana, and about an hour outside of the city. So I checked into the one good hotel there, and I sent him a note to his town that said, I'm here from Cosmopolitan magazine to ask you to write this dumb article. If you would just scribble a note saying, no, I could go back and clear my conscience. Instead, he called me up and said, come have a drink at that Florida de Bar. And we met, and that's how I met him. And he did write something, not that article, but he did write a short story that morphed into a book called Across the River and Into the Trees. And I went to Europe with him to check on it because we did serialize it in the magazine. And that began what was a 14-year friendship.